Howdy folks, happy Saturday. I decided to show you what I'm making for dinner tonight. As a lot of people know, my specialties are soups, stews, chilies, gumbos, jambalayas. Anything that you can make in one pot is kind of my specialty. I like to do that. Tonight I am making what is called a pozole verde. It is a Mexican-inspired soup stew kind of a thing. I say inspired because I always take a recipe, or if I learn something, I basically take the recipe and I run with it. So, I'll tell you that I do Cajun and Creole jambalayas and gumbos and all that other fun sort of stuff, but in reality, they're inspired, okay? And depending on what kind of elements I put in it is whether or not I'll call it Cajun or Creole, because there actually is different elements in that kind of cooking, Louisiana style. But anyway, yeah, so this is Mexican inspired. I originally got the recipe from a friend of mine, and it was actually a quick recipe that was using a whole bunch of canned stuff. And we tried it, and I was like, canned stuff? Yeah. It actually came out really good. So over the years, I've kind of done my own thing with it. And a pozole, just historically, I guess it's Spanish origin. I don't know. It might be Mexican origin. But what it uses is, it can be either a verde or green sauce, or it can be rosa, I guess, red sauce. Which red is meaning tomatoes, obviously a tomato sauce base. And the verde is a tomatilla base. So tomatillas are quite different. They look like green tomatoes, but they taste quite different. Different texture, consistency, very similar to cook with, but just different. Makes a nice green thick sauce. That's what you see like the salsa verdes. That's their base. Anyway, this is a verde. So what it has in it is a base of a salsa that's a mild salsa that is got the verde sauce or the tomatillas. And what else? Well, we also I also do cheat a little bit, and I use her enchilada sauce, her green enchilada sauce that she puts in her recipe, but I put a little bit of that in it because it just adds a certain special flavor. I will use a chicken, this is a chicken pozole. Usually it's pork, but if I'm doing a pork based, I will use a bouillon or a broth base of a chicken and beef combined. That usually goes very well with pork. In this particular situation, because I'm using chicken meat, I'm using some leftover or some boneless, skinless chicken leg meat that was good for stew. So with that, I am using a chicken broth and a little bit of the chicken bouillon concentrate. So that's my base with the salsa verde and a little bit of enchilada, green enchilada sauce. Mild, both are mild. And what's normally in it is a hominy corn. As you'll see, that's the yellow that's in here right now. That's usually the base with onions and garlic and such like that. But what I do, I use the hominy, and I also use a garbanzo bean. I think it goes really good in this. I put the onions and the garlic in it, of course, and the red and yellow that you see, the other red and yellow that you see that looks like peppers is peppers. This is a sweet bell pepper. That normally doesn't go in a traditional pozole, as I understand it anyway, but hey, I just like it. So like I said, this is like inspired. This is like a fusion. This is a whatever. This is a Renee special. So this is Renee cleaning out her refrigerator and her freezer, to be God's honest with you. Trying to get everything out of that freezer, so we don't have any old meats left behind and stuff like that get, stuffed at the bottom, and then you're like, okay. So just trying to clean that out. Anyway, that's what we got going on today. As far as spices, it's mostly Mexican spices that are normally used in it, traditional Mexican spices. I kind of, like I said, do my own thing. I put the cumin in, but I also literally have put in this pot parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. I won't sing the song for you. I'll spare you that. But I've also put marjoram in here. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I just kind of break out my spice thing and go to town. I did not go to town with like curry spices or anything else like that, or any of the Indian spices. I kind of kept it somewhere between a fusion of Mexican and Louisiana Cajun Creole. Hey, we're in between the two regions, so what the heck, right? So that's kind of my spice combination in this right now. Like I said, I think I threw one or two other things in there, but I just can't think what they were. But anyway, this is what's for dinner tonight. I thought maybe folks would want to see it. All right, have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.